So I'm not exactly sure what the heck I'm doing with this. um, I've been an actress since I was before I could remember. Uh, and I've been an introvert, but also someone who cherishes words. Well, no, cherishes words exchanged. Because they don't really mean anything unless not not if someone hears them, but I don't know. Life is a strange thing. I've always thought that, even before COVID-19 descended upon us and separated us from structures that either we fit perfectly into or tried desperately to fit into or something in between. Um, I've never fit into anything. I've always felt like the odd person out, not in not necessarily in a pejorative way, not in a way that I felt wrong or that people thought I was wrong, but in a way that made me question the nature of my reality and other people's reality in a way that was curious, not necessarily threatening. Um, I don't know. I find people fascinating. I find life fascinating. I mean, it's weird that we are alive, even we are all made of stardust, you know, and that's pretty amazing in and of itself. And then we're conscious and we do these weird things like um, build our environment to do what we want. I mean, every time I go to an amusement park, I'm like, humans are weird. So much effort put into something just to make us feel scared, which you could do that just getting chased by a tiger, but you might die. I don't know. I digress. I'm not even sure why I'm recording right now. I just I feel so awed by the experience of living. Like, even when it's shit, pardon my language, even when it's great, even when it's mediocre, it's amazing. We're conscious. We're able to go, I'm happy, I'm sad, maybe I can do something to change this. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Like, I'm not sitting here in front of a camera going, hey, I've got answers. So watch this and, your life will be better, or, pay me $19.99 and all your problems will be fixed, or just this specific problem. I don't know. I just, humans are amazing creatures. And I'm proud and ashamed to be one in the same breath, which I think isn't necessarily a bad thing. Just like Socrates said, the wisest, well, he said wisest man, but I'm going to change it to the wisest person, knows that they know nothing. And it's not meant in a way to diminish one's personal experience. It's to make one aware of the fact that your experience is always, there's always the potential for change. for your eyes to change, for your heart to change, which is terrifying but amazing. I mean, I've always found it so strange how people are so terrified of being wrong because then they lose, or I don't even know. That's like the only descriptor I can use, because I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it in the full sense of it, to be able to create a panoply of words to describe it. For me, I mean, obviously, nobody really loves being wrong if there's something that you're passionate about, or, you know, like there's ego and id and all that kind of idea, especially in this society where it's like, you know, be the smartest, be the best, be the most productive, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, down to my core, I've always, as an introvert, the thing that I have loved and been drawn to seek out other people for is, I am so curious as to when I am wrong. I want to know what I'm missing. Like, I mean, if you think your entire life that there are only 5 stars in the sky, and that is your fucking thesis, that is your religion, your raison d'être, whatever, why would you ever want to stop somebody from explaining to you about the Milky Way, or about taking you to a place with less light pollution where you could finally see what that actually means? I mean, that's exciting and amazing. That is Jacques Cousteau shit. That is adventure. Like, we talk about, you know, the final frontier being space or Antarctica or underwater, and that's not to take away from what those things have to offer. Like, holy God, so exciting and amazing. But, like, there's an aspect of our existence that is completely ignored or minimized or whatever, which is consciousness, perspective, the ability to explore who we are and who you are. Like, I don't even know who I am most of the time. It's constantly changing. Like, I'll be having a great day 1 minute, and then one thing will happen, and I'm freaking red zoned, and I just want to curl up into a ball and stop existing. And sometimes I know why. Sometimes I don't. And that's crazy. I mean, not in a pejorative way, but in just, what? But in that same moment, we are constantly evolving, constantly changing. The things that we've made decisions about when we were 16, and that's our thesis, or could be completely different when we're 25, 35. And yet, unless we take the time to go, wait, this has changed, we might be following a code in our program that doesn't apply anymore. And why wouldn't we want to discover what we could do if we changed it up? I mean, if you have something that could make my life richer, and all I have to do is say, I was wrong. Or I thought differently. Or that's a different perspective of mine. What is the loss? There is no loss. I mean, we grow. We love. We change. We have moved beyond basic survival, even though those things still define us, especially in this time where all of a sudden you're like, do I have a roof over my head? Do I have food? Can I isolate myself? Can I keep my loved ones safe? But even in that, we can look at things beyond the deer trying to stay alive. Not to minimize deer's experience. I don't speak deer, so I'm not trying to, say they don't. Anyways. It's just, I'm an actor, and the reason that I became an actor is because humans are fucking amazing and weird and stupid and genius, and every single one of us has those moments. The stupidest, quote unquote, person has moments of genius, has the potential for moments of genius, as much as the average person, sometimes even more so, because, they're not, maybe not as riddled with the bullshit ego stuff that makes us all go like, oh, I don't want to say anything because people will think I'm stupid. Like, who cares? I mean, I say that, but I also care. I fall into that trap all the time, but I don't want to. I want to see you. I want to be seen. I want to go, who the fuck are you and what have you learned? Sorry, that was my phone. And what can you teach me? Even if it's something I already know. Maybe there's a facet of that gem of knowledge that I haven't seen. Some refracted light that without you, I wouldn't have ever known. And I hope that maybe someday we can actually see each other in a way that's not what we can take from each other, but what we can give or learn, or I don't even know. It's late night and I don't even know what day of self-quarantine it is. But I think everyone has something to offer. Every single person. And I wish we could all see that in each other. In the best of times and the worst of times. And, fine, we'll still get mad at each other. We'll still fight. We'll still disagree. But, I mean, we're alive. We're alive. We're built of fucking stardust. And we can contemplate that. It's crazy and beautiful and stupid and wild and who cares? And yet we don't care enough, like all of the things. I don't know. I just hope you're all living, not just surviving, not just doing what you have to do to get through the day, which is nothing to scoff at, because that is a thing. There are days with everybody where that happens, let alone people who have conditions or circumstances that I can't even imagine. I just want you to know, I think you're amazing. I think you're beautiful. And you have something to offer this world. Even if just to me. I don't know if that means anything, but I'd love to see it. And I'd love to know it. And if I do, then out of however many billion people in this world there are, there's probably at least one or two more. So whether that means something or not, I don't know, but I think you're amazing. And I'm glad you're alive. And I'm glad that I'm alive to potentially see you with a capital S. To learn who you are and what you've learned. Stay safe. Stay sane.